mercy to go around.
Think fast!
All right, we are here with the Overdrive Platinum League Week 2 with Forsaken Dreams versus Illumination Empire. I am going to be one of your casters, Shadow. Joined by me on the caster deck will be Deselect. Unfortunately, he is busy at the moment, and we had some technical difficulties, so unfortunately we are starting a little bit late here, but we missed a few things. Well, at least I'm not sure if you guys did, but we missed a few things with First Blood being taken up by May is my girlfriend. I would assume that's what his name is. So he was able to pick up First Blood in the jungle there with this kind of skirmish, and we're going to actually see a flash in the mid lane with this aggressive Echo, though both mid laners don't have mana, so we're just going to see the flash being burned. But lots of aggressive measures being taken by both teams. Here you can see the aggressive positioning from Bronze Gatekeeper. Not Keeper, that'd be pretty funny if his name was Bronze Gatekeeper in a Platinum League, but I guess that's not really what he's going for there. But we already do see a good 6k gold lead from Illumination Empire due to the First Blood gold and just kind of the CS advantages throughout, like the Ziggs and the Lucian. So, I mean, we can see a very aggressive roster coming out from Illumination Empire, especially with kind of the Thresh Lucian being a very aggressive bot lane, and the Sejuani just playing very aggressively in the very beginning. So, well.
Yep.
Hey, Deselect, when did you come back? Did you get out of the closet?
Yeah, we are back now, and more along the lines of the bathroom.
Oh man, so, but yeah, so a little bit of things happened while you were gone. Just First Blood and a flash being put in the mid lane. Also a TP, if you count both mid lane as that, taking that TP, which is a little bit passive, kind of interesting. But we also do see kind of May taking the teleport Lucian, being really, I think, confident in the fact that he won't need to have the heal, won't need to be more defensive, and is just going to be playing for the lane, as you kind of see both the Thresh and the Lucian playing really aggressively. So, not too bad. Definitely.
A little bit of a shame we're not seeing anything a little bit, you know, crazy with the whole dark meta thing we've been talking
Pike
about.
jungle.
Yeah, got a little bit of a fight breaking out in the bot lane. Bronze Gatekeeper taking a lot of damage, going to sub 100 health. Doesn't die to the expunge, but the flash forward, he hits the turret instead of the champion, and that's gonna bite him big time, especially if Frostbite can catch up. Instead, he's gonna take Bronze.
You can feel.
Aggro that screwed them over a little bit in that, but
And autoing the tower.
yeah, that I mean,
Cool.
Frostbite actually did heal as the auto came out, so even if May did hit the auto, he wouldn't have Frost wouldn't have died. But still, the auto on the turret did kind of, I think, stagger his character a little bit and maybe surprised him, so that's why he took another turret shot. So that was a little bit not really what you want to be seeing. And luckily for May, Whoops is the only one that got the kill, but unfortunately it is the support that pays the price for his kind of mistakes.
This is such an interesting little thing to do with the whole Pike jungle. It's gonna be painful in just a second. He actually didn't go over the wall. Are you kidding me?
That was actually an insane read. He did that with no wards. Demon King 4, I remember him from the last season. He was an insane jungler who was able, who was not really good for his mechanical skill, but mainly due to the fact that he could read the enemy jungler and understand where he was. And if you saw after the little skirmish in the bot lane, he was actually top lane with the Juxin, actually ganking the top lane. So really nice player, more kind of a macro player, but really interesting to watch, especially on this kind of the tank Sejuani that we haven't seen in a while.
Tank Sejuani. Yeah.
You want to see AP Sejuani?
That's a bit of a thing to say. You got to realize the latest patch did give Sejuani a bunch of AP ratios, and lately a lot more Sejuani players are going for the Runic Echo build.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of Runic Echo, even things like Abyssal Mask, but I've never seen a full AP Sejuani. I can say I'll say hybrid, but
we got a bit of a setup coming up in the bot lane. It's potential gank to come out. The power of that lantern is failed as he flashes too far forward, but the fight is still going to break through. The hook does land flush onto the Twitch Frostbite. Critically low, gonna finish the job is May, my girlfriend, and that's going to be a kill picked up on the side of Illumination.
That was an incredibly nice setup, especially with Eno in the mid lane being able to throw that super mega death Inferno Bomb. I need to say this way. Mega Inferno Bomb. I got it mixed up with Jinx's ulti.
Yeah, absolutely did.
Super mega death rocket. That's what I was going for. But Mega Inferno Bomb is kind of like a global ulti. It's kind of like Gangplank ulti, and especially in the mid lane. But really nice. Oh, here we might actually see a fight over this Cloud Drake. Coming up.
Very interesting fight to take. That is a level 6 Echo, so you have to be careful about how you play into Still, though, the smite advantage will go over to Demon King as he does pick it up. But now 2v2 over on the top side of this skirmish jungle turns into a 2v3 and the death of Demon King. Now the fight goes forward. Bronze Gatekeeper will fall next. Out goes that shield, getting Panda even more into this fight. But now you are being muted. He is being silenced himself as he has to flash away in order to survive. But the stun does come out. It's still very hard to kill Amundo. And Yuxen, as I'm going to pronounce that name, getting critically low as well. And yeah, overall, net win for Forsaken Dreams.
Yeah, Illumination did get the Cloud Drake, but I think they lose Demon King in the process. I'm not sure about anybody else, but yeah, that is kind of unfortunate due to the fact that turned from a 1v3 with Echo trying to face the 3 members into a full-on 5v5 with teleports and just members running from everywhere. That was pretty amazing, but we also kind of see the limitations of Pyke Jungle due to the fact that he's only level 4 against Sejuani's level 5. Tried to jump in to smite the dragon, missed this. Wasn't actually able to outsmite Demon King due to the level advantage. And if Bijuxen could have actually stolen that dragon, that would have been just a total win. But I mean, they do get the Cloud Drake, and the kill does go over to Komi. So actually, no, 2 kills were picked up. Yeah. So Bond's Gatekeeper died there because Chromie flashed to get him. My bad. But
So good.
yeah, so he actually. So the interesting part is Chromie hasn't actually backed yet. He's still farming mid lane, and we see like a pseudo lane swap happening between the mid lane and top laner. And this is going to be quite interesting when Chromie comes back to lane. He's actually going to be very late as you are being muted. It's actually walking back right now. So he's actually going to get the lane advantage, and if Demon King can take this opportunity to invade this level 5 Pyke, well, he's already level 6, so we might be able to see Demon King make some moves on this map with that Glacial Prison.
And it does appear to be the Cinderhulk Sejuani, much to my dismay.
Oh man, I'm actually disappointed in myself.
Honestly, at this point, like, you have the Mundo, that's a wall already. Sejuani still builds tank after the Runic Echoes. I don't understand not opting to go for that build.
Yeah, it just gives you a lot of damage, especially when you have kind of the early game advantage over the Pyke jungle, which is really weak in the early game. So I'm actually quite interested in the itemization in Pyke. Well, speak of itemization as he's ganking the spot lane.
Here we go. Bronze Gatekeeper gets autoed 4 times. It goes off with the stun. Bronze Gatekeeper taking a lot of damage. The Glacial Prison does go out. Bjorksen falls first. And out goes the Mega Inferno Bomb. It's going to land onto nothing. Frostbite gets called down by May, my girlfriend. Now Panda is here, but he can't provide much backup in this 2v3 situation. Gets a lot of damage on the Demon King. Bronze Gatekeeper trying to get the angle for that death sentence, but that's going to end the exchange.
Wow, that was... Once again, these fights turn from a 2v2 into a full-on 4v4 if you count the Mega Inferno Bomb being Eno's kind of participation in that fight. But I feel like the coordination from both these teams is very good. We see both these teams kind of going back and forth. Though one team kind of gets the edge. But in that fight specifically, it was the misstep from Bijuxen, who tried to hook May instead of Bronze Gatekeeper, who was right in front of him. He got greedy for May, missed the kind of bone skewer. Oh, never mind. Hold on.
This looks very, very terrible for Enobino, who is able to burn his flash to stay alive, and the chase not being pursued by Panda Akali. But look at this in the mid lane. Demon King looking to follow up after that gank just happened. Does not have the Glacial Prison, would be very hard to catch out this Echo, especially with Chrono Breakup. But he is going to pursue forward, which might opt them to go for this gank after all. The recall was canceled from Demon King, so
2 people have joined.
Stalemate. Looks like they want to go for it, and they are going to choose to go after it. This is the death sentence. Goes out, should be chained with the stun, and he can't even use the chrono break. A great layering of CC to come out of Illumination.
That was a really nice CC chain. Buns, Gatekeeper, Buns is flash for that, but we are going to see some more fighting in the top lane, perhaps. Maybe a kill.
Yeah, this is very, very scary for you being muted, because you got to respect the feast. If you get a little bit too low, that's all it takes. That om nom nom in the glacial prison absolutely whiffs, but so does the rupture, and down goes Chromie. Meanwhile, the bot lane, Frostbite falls to May is my girlfriend.
Well, I was just, yeah, yeah, just call him May. I don't think you really want to speak that sentence out loud, but so, well, this game went from 50% to 100 extremely fast with 2 kills on each side of the map, actually. And the gank from Demon King 4 was really nice from the transition from mid lane to top lane to pick up 2 kills. Fourth laners, oh, more fighting once again.
More fighting breaking out indeed. That passive going to be proc, cost a stun onto Bronze Gatekeeper. Bronze Gatekeeper can't do much to run away because there's 3 people on top of him. X marks the spot, taking down Bronze Gatekeeper. They're going to continue the aggression, continue the pressure, and May falls. Teleport is canceled for both top laners, and that is a huge comeback win for Forsaken Dreams.
Wow, I feel like these teams are extremely equally matched. When one team makes a play, the other team makes a similar play on the other side of the map. And I mean, though we did kind of see a streak from Illumination picking up 3 kills and even the first tower with the Ziggs in the mid lane. This is pretty insane. He's actually pushing in a turret right now while these guys only are taking out a turret. But
completely uncontested too, but there we go. They've showed up. The TP has happened. The stun comes out from Panda, who goes straight onto May. Demon King, May, both in critical conditions as the damage goes out, takes down May. Still Demon King trying to play forward. They get the stun. They get the death sentence, but will it be just that? As the chrono break goes out, keeps him alive a little bit longer. The Mecha Inferno Bomb does whiff. Yugson wants to take down Bronze Gatekeeper, watches his ally fall as he falls next. And now cornered is Panda Akali, and Obito is here to finish the job, and down goes Panda Akali.
Wow. Ironically, with all this trading of kills and towers and stuff, I mean, Illumination is extremely in the lead. Having 3 turrets, they didn't even get the outer turret in the bot lane.
They got the mid turret, inner.
Yeah, it's at 170 HP, that outer turret in the bot lane, and they gave their lives for that and didn't net anything at all, maybe a few kills. And they're actually going to try to take this the second Cloud Drake of this game, but Cho'Gath's feast is coming up.
Oh no, he's all by his lonesome, and down Chromie goes. Meanwhile, Bjugsen, we're gonna Bjugsen, fighting it out in the top lane with Fior being muted.
I'd like to call him Burger King. That's my favorite name.
It's Bjugka King.
Bjugka King?
Bjugka King.
Well, so with all kind of the dust settling, there's a lot that's been happening, and I don't know where to start. I think one of the facts that Chromie tried to roam down to the bot lane and help out his team gave You're Being Muted the top lane turret, and they didn't even need him. He actually ended up giving his life just to help his team, kind of, if you count that as helping his team. And now we're going to see a giant lead in the jungle. Bjugsen can't even give the blue buff over to his mid laner due to being 2 levels down over his counterpart. Uh-oh.
Ooh. A little spooky. That sentence doesn't land. It's all right. He's a Braum.
But this Ziggs is actually proving to be quite the pick, especially, like, we see Panda Akali playing really aggressively with this Echo, which is nice. He's getting kills, he's getting ganks off. But Eno, he took 2 of his turrets in the mid lane in the time that he tried to gank, and now this is a gank from Eno.
Get more as Whoops falls. Out goes the parallel convergence. Isn't gonna find much with it though. Doesn't even really get the shield out of it. Now with this tower under siege, we are gonna see response out of Bjugka King as the death sentence goes out and it lands onto him, taking him down. May picking up that kill. Out goes the Cullen. Critically low is Panda. Out goes the Lancer and keeps that ADC alive and resets the siege onto the tower.
Yeah, I mean, oh.
Oop, there it goes. That's the power of the Sigs as it takes down Frostbite a little bit too close. The bouncing bomb does the deed.
Oh, Mundo's being here. Oh, not. But yeah, with all being said, 16 minutes. There's a 10k gold advantage for Illumination, and
Whoa, 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 whoa.
well, what?
That is a lot of gold. Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
Well, scratch what I said about these teams being even. It seemed like they were being even at the very early game while they were trading kills and stuff. But I think it's just the team comp that Illumination have. The team comp just kind of favors the things that they've been doing. With all the fights been happening, Eno's been able to walk down like halfway through the bot lane, throw the Mega Inferno Bomb, and then walk back and just start taking turrets. It's definitely just kind of the champions they picked that are just much more that are just much better suited for this kind of fight. Like we've seen May just kind of duel the Twitch by himself with that Borg, and it's just it's just a difference.
I got to go a little bit further than that because this is not out drafted. This is out decided, out macroed, out skilled is what's going on. Because we see with Forsaken Dreams, they're willing to do these very, very questionable decisions where they overstay their welcome. But out goes the Glacial Fissure, doesn't do too much. Frostbite low, and so is Whoops. As Whoops, he makes that mistake and feeds a double kill over to Enobino. And now you are being muted, standing his guard among 3 members of Forsaken Dreams, and they're not willing to take that any further.
Yeah. I mean, Illumination are playing the tune, and Forsaken is dancing to it while muted.
Oh my goodness. Muted he wants to be that brick wall, but you're not too far into this game just yet. Depths from below does whiff, but not the hook as it lands, and Chromie gets a feast.
Oh my god, they are pushing the inhibs. 18 minutes in right now. Rift Hild and Ziggs in the top lane, mind you. More fighting to continue.
This is absolutely over. Frostbite's not even fighting this at this point. Inhibitors under attack 18 minutes into the game. It seems like Forsaken has just absolutely given up on this as Frostbite dies while DCing at the same time. Chromie is going to go down next. The hook lands flush. Shelly is here to attack those towers, deliver a massive damage to it. 19 minutes into the game, we're gonna see that first Nexus turret fall. The second under attack, Shelly finally going down. Panda's doing whatever he can to try and delay the inevitable. Well, that's what it is at the moment. Inevitable, you have no ADC. You have no chance of finishing off this game as Panda still goes in, doesn't get the death sentence, still gets the kill, and this game is over. Just shy of 20 minutes. Illumination are gonna take it with a devastating 8-22 score.
Oh my god. That was one of the, I think with a guy named Bronze Gatekeeper, you would think that you'd only see these kinds of games, these kind of stomps in low elo, and I guess with a player named Bronze Gatekeeper, I guess we're having those games. But
I mean, when it came down to it, the decision making, I never got to finish my point, was downright miserable. That came out from Forsaken because they to commit that much to a bot lane tower, it'd give up 2 mid lane towers. What are you doing, Forsaken? You guys need a coach. Come on.
yeah, they were going all for one play and ended up losing a lot of the grip that they were trying to take back from the kind of unfortunate early game. They dedicated to one play, which isn't too bad, but ended up losing so much because of it.
No, even dedicating to the play, they didn't get that tower.
Yeah.
That was already, you're committing so many resources for that and getting absolutely nothing out of it. What are you doing? You have to understand how the map works. You can't just dedicate that hard to one thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing that sums up this match right now is just kind of, if you look at Ziggs tower damage, it's 32k. 32k. And I mean, that's just all of the story of this game. Just Ziggs being able to siege down those turrets, Lucian being a very dominant AD carry, and Demon King just being a very good jungler in general. I think Demon King was everywhere that he needed to be. Enno was basically capitalizing on Forsaken Dream's mistakes, well, their kind of positional mistakes and macros, and May is just being able to out-mechanics them, being able to kind of survive these ganks that they're throwing at him. So they threw everything in the kitchen sink at the bot lane, and they only died 6 times, which is, you would think, is pretty surprising. So that's pretty interesting, especially. But Unfortunate for the bot lane that got targeted so much, but they were able to survive and persevere, getting 9-2, 11-6 overall. So too bad.
Overall, yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen this fast of a game before.
Yeah, that was pretty fast. I mean, I've seen in other leagues where we've had like 15-minute victories, but this one just felt so much worse because it wasn't even like there wasn't any chance. After a certain point, it was just like,
Yeah, it's just gone.
well, we could, potentially try and set up vision, try and get some kind of skirmish going, but there was nothing. It was just like, focus on a tower. We're gonna get this tower. Darn you, children! Get away from that tower. We want it.
And I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for your bull. Oh my god.
Ooh, man.
So, I also have to ask, at what point at this game do you think it was over? Like, at one point, do you think it was the turret? The whole sacrificing everything for that turret?
Yeah, pretty much. It looked kind of over before that because if you looked at the kill lead, it was very shy. But even then, like, they had no macro game, so they were still losing towers. And the gold lead, despite the kills being relatively close, had already started skyrocketing. The deficit was growing and growing, and that was due to both CS, that was due to both towers, that was due to just crucial mistakes that shouldn't be made.
Oh man. I mean, they'll have to go back definitely to the drawing board and kind of I mean, I feel like there was very small. Well, okay, I need to rephrase this. There was a limited amount of events in that game. They were mainly just team fights, right? There was large team fights that happened, and I think there was 4 or 5 that really were the major ones. And I mean, sometimes that's good because you can go back to the VOD, right? You can look over the game and say, these are the team fights, right? And look back at them and say, what could we have done better? What's the macro better? But at the same time, you have to feel devastated, right? That you lost in 19 minutes. And they're going to be playing very shortly here against Tanuki Alpha. And I'm kind of curious on what's the kind of mindset going into this game. Do you just shake it off? Do you kind of try to learn from it? Like
Yeah. Sometimes these games do happen regardless. I mean, I believe we saw it in Risen. Over in Risen, you had a team that got destroyed in 15 minutes. That was the game I was just talking about. And they reverse sweep the series.
Oh,
so you could get annihilated, but the key thing is to just like, all right, we lost. That happened. Let's not tilt over it. What the hell can we do better about our draft? What can we do? What can we take from this and move on to the next game? That's what it comes down to.
Oh man, but I mean, we'll have to kind of I'm still trying to process what happened in this game, definitely, but just happened extremely fast. But I mean, I guess we'll have to start continuing towards the next game that will be happening. It will be between Tanuki Alpha versus Forsaken Dreams. Forsaken Dreams will be trying to redeem themselves after this devastating loss, and Tanuki Alpha will be trying to maybe capitalize on this game that just happened. So, yep. Desucks, you can go.
Yeah, so stand by for that game, and yeah, just please hold for the break, and we'll get straight into that. Thank you.